but it's not going to give me enough time to put everything away, and stuff's going to break. And
what if Daisy like yelled at Glenn?
I mean, she basically told him to like buzz off. Basically, she's like, "You do you," or something like that.
I think it's the one situation where I feel like she's got more authority. I know that's not actually true, but in my mind, she does.
Yeah. Well, I think I just have a hard time like trying to figure out like what is the purpose of a sailing yacht boat if every time it sails everything breaks. Like, what are we doing here? Like, was there not like thought about like when they build the boat for like, I don't know, like making extra like cabinets that like don't open, or like what's going on here? Because every time they sail, hell breaks loose.
Yeah, a bunch of stuff broke.
Yeah.
It was pretty brutal. Maybe it's just no one just ever thought of it. Like,
Yeah.
we should take some extra precautions. Maybe if we get Daisy back on here, we'll ask her, is on your other sailing yachts, is this a thing?
Yeah. That's
Or
fair.
or does Bravo just really want to see like plates break? Because I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. No, I mean it makes sense. It's the one variable that other boats don't have.
Yeah. Because yeah, you never plates never break on Legacy or Ned.
Yeah.
But yeah, every basically every charter, there's like, oh no, we're sailing. It's been 3 seasons of it so far.
Yeah.
I still love it. I'm still not bored of it though. So
No. All right, man. So we got anything else here? Or we just want to jump into who won and who lost the episode?
I think that's really it. I mean, we mentioned the food. Yeah, the butternut squash tenderloin.
Yeah, I mean
Actually
the food
thought
looked good, you know. So Marcos is just doing a great job. You know, I mean, food wise, he's doing great. We'll just see if he can kind of squash his beef with Gabby here in the next couple episodes.
was
I
that a
don't
pun?
foresee that happening. Yeah, of course.
Butternut squash. Yeah,
Yep.
I don't either. So John, who'd you if you want to go first this week, who'd you have
Whoa.
win the episode?
Sean, I'm never prepared to go first. But I think Kelsey won the episode.
Okay.
So you know, Gary got mad at her earlier in the episode, and I think unfairly, and she recognized that, you know, Gary hurt his hand, he's frustrated, he's not going on a lot of sleep, so he just kind of let it go, even though at the same time she's not working on a lot of sleep. So kind of go, you know, that's real maturity from Kelsey. And then also, you know, Gabby needed a friend and Kelsey was there. So you know, kind of pumped her up, and I really liked it. I think Kelsey is kind of like sneaky, like one of the like more important characters of the season that like nobody like gives credit to. And I don't know if like I'd be interesting to see what the dynamic is when the new person comes on, but I like the extra Kelsey that we're getting. And then the other thing is she said the what she needs in another crew member. So she's like, I hope the person is a hard worker. I hope they have a good personality and make me laugh. And I hope they're hot, in that order. So
Yeah.
she's like, I can do without a hot guy. I need someone to like work hard. And I appreciate that.
Wonder what her type is. Well, I guess maybe we'll find out next week.
Yeah, maybe a quiet guy.
Mm.
You know, we'll see though. All right, what do you got?
Great choice. I went with Daisy.
Sure. Yeah.
Here are my reasons. You know, Ashley and Gabby are fighting over Gary. Meanwhile, Gary's fighting for Daisy. Just walking around hugging her all the time. Lets her make fun of him. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like she just handles herself well in every situation. She sees right through Ashley during their conversation. Her banter with Gary is always great. She looks great in her jacket during breakfast. The windbreaker, love that. And great combo at the end with Gabby. She's most important member of the Parsifal Three. Still, second season
Yeah.
in a row.
Yeah.
I know. I'll do updated crew rankings for midway through for next week's episode.
I love that.
Yeah, but spoiler alert: Daisy's going to be near the top. But yeah, she won this episode for me.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. I think she had a strong episode, and it's almost like she's taken a back seat to some of the drama this season. Even though she's kind of in the same position that she was last year, where it was just girls were fighting over Gary. I feel like it's kind of the same season all over, a little bit of the same season all over again, right?
Little different. The Gabby Ashley stuff's new. I actually don't remember two stews hitting each other this much since like Hannah and Bugsy, maybe. Like
yeah,
they really hate each other.
Yeah, no, that makes sense because at least last season for Sailing Yacht, at least the stews were like friendly towards each other. It was just the whole thing about Gary having sex with Sydney. Yeah,
and Sydney and Allie didn't like hate each other.
No,
or it wasn't like it wasn't like this. I mean, Gabby and Ashley. This is kind of uncharted territory.
Nice.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And then let's see, who did I have losing the episode? I mean, I guess it's Ashley. Like,
yeah,
she was like overly disrespectful to Gabby. And listen, I know they're not like best of friends, but like she's genuinely trying to create a toxic environment where she's getting everyone to gang up on Gabby, even though Ashley just got confided in by Gabby. And Gabby's like, I'm not doing that great. I need some help, And Ashley's like, well, now we're just going to feed you to, she's like, she's stoking the fire, man. And I don't love it. I don't love this kind of, let's not kick a Gabby while she's down.
Yeah. Just lame thing to do. Like that's all it is. And like Ashley's great TV, but like this in a vacuum, she sucked tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess she's been pretty consistently mean the entire season, but yeah, I don't.
Let me ask you a question, because I feel like I was watching Below Deck, and then obviously right after Below Deck is Summer House. So I started watching Summer House, and I was just like, I feel like Ashley should have been on this show, right?
No one invited.
Like she missed out on Summer House, so she went to Below Deck. Does that make sense? Now you watch Summer House more than I do, so like, is she more like? I'm not saying she's Summer House material, but her actions seem more Summer House than Below Deck right now.
Here's why.
All right, let me know.
I can't picture Ashley in New York City. So now I can't picture a few other people in Summer House in New York City either.
Yeah.
But the premise of the show is these people work really hard during the week at their New York City jobs, then cut loose and party on the weekends at the Summer House.
Yeah. Okay.
And I just can't picture Ashley living in New York City. Now, to be fair, like some of the other people in Summer House are just like kind of quasi influencers. And Ashley could do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like Ashley's a good Below Deck character.
She is. She's the villain. She's the villain we need.
Great drama.
Well, I shouldn't say she's the villain we need, but she's the villain we have.
But yeah, she just doesn't read New York City to me.
All right. So
I'm gonna find out she's like from Long Island or something tomorrow now and be like totally off. But
exactly. All right, man. So that's the episode. Let's get into our March Madness. Now, Sean, we've been running this for the last month now. We went from 16 Below Deck seasons. We had them go head to head, get down to 8, had it go head to head, get down to 4. All of this via Twitter poll.
Yeah.
And then we had them get down to 2. Now, Sean, I don't know the results yet. You do. We had Below Deck Sailing Yacht season 2 was in the championship against Below Deck Legacy season 6. Yes. So these guys just, I know Below Deck Legacy season 6 kind of squeaked by in their latest matchup, but Sean, who won? Who is the best below deck season
All
of all
right.
time?
Drum roll. Yeah, Sailing Yacht season 2. And
Yeah.
so, look, this probably makes sense that our fans would overwhelmingly pick this. Since as Sailing Yacht season 2 was our first season. We are a Pro Daisy podcast. She's a recurring guest in front of the program. And maybe it's recency bias too, because a lot of Below Deck viewers are kind of relatively new. And
Yeah.
season 6 was 2018. Below Deck season 6. So, like, I don't know if you jumped in 2019 or 2020,
Sure.
you may have missed it. But I think it's it won pretty committed, like 68%, or I'm sorry, 64% to 36%. And
Wow. Okay.
here's why. Two big things. One, it introduced the world to Daisy, Gary, and Colin.
Sure.
Incredible trio. But second, John, look, some of the most recent Below Deck seasons that were filmed during like COVID, they were like, I don't know, they were missing like a little bit of energy to them. Selling It season 2 never had that problem. Like there always was a ton of energy with just like the entire cast. It was always like such a fun season. A lot of great moments. I think just you're not gonna remember like all the guests or anything, but you're gonna remember like the big moments. There's a lot of great moments, but just like the energy, like like a great bar or a great restaurant. Like you can't really quantify, like define it, but you know when it's there, and it was always
Yep.
there last year, last spring. So yeah, Selling Out season 2. I get why it won. I'm happy. And John, I think you would agree, right?
Yeah. So the biggest, and I don't say it's a problem with the polling, is that we're doing it while Sailing Yacht's airing, right? So could it be a little bit different if we were doing it during Legacy or Med season? Maybe, but at the end of the day, this is what we had to work with, and I genuinely think this is the best season. So I think we would come to this outcome anyway. I think you're right. This is just that season was so good because it was all new to us. Plus, we kind of had like low expectations.
Yeah.
We had a mediocre Below Deck Legacy season, a very mediocre Below Deck Med season. Oh no, I guess yeah. Season that would have been season 5 of Below Deck Med,
That was
right?
controversial.
Yes.
That's what
But
Hannah and Kiko.
yeah. So but overall, I wouldn't say people would think it was the best season of Below Deck Med. So we were really hoping for a new star to emerge, and that was Daisy, and it was Sailing Yacht, and now I think it's the crown jewel of Below Deck.
It's
And
definitely.
it'd be hard for anyone else to prove me otherwise.
Oh yeah. I'm glad it won. I don't know, the vibe. It was
Yeah.
about the energy, the vibe, and everything. And
Yeah.
John, Selena season 2 is the first season where they just didn't have any. It was entirely new crew. That's how much
Yeah.
everyone hated
Yeah.
Selena season 1. They're like, we're not going
Yeah.
to bring a single
Yeah.
person back besides Glenn, and they've never done that before. Even the first season of Below Deck Med, Ben was on it. They're like, we want
Yeah.
to have some sort of connective tissue. And when selling this season 2, they're like, nope, we need a fresh, clean start. And it credit to like casting or production or whoever's in charge of that for making the decision. It was brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah. So congratulations to Med season 2. Congratulations or Sailing Out season 2. But yeah, Sean, that was the first season that we really dug in on this platform, and it always be a little closer to my heart. So I'm glad it won. And hey, man, you know what? Next year we'll have to come up with something different for kind of March. But man, do I really love when like Sailing Yacht season comes around? Like, I feel like some seasons of Med, like, yeah, we do the recaps and there's a lot of interesting things about it, but like, I love watching Med or watching Sailing Yacht. So
Yeah. I mean, the nice thing with Below Deck is you kind of get a fresh start mostly.